It's time now for the Art Connection of East Texas. The Art Connection of East Texas is sponsored by the Judy Kunzman team at Keller Williams Realty. They sell real estate with a smile. Now let's welcome your host and co-host of the Art Connection of East Texas, Nita Fran Ward and Cindy Trimble.
Good morning. We're here this morning with Art Connection of East Texas. So happy to be back on a beautiful Saturday morning, and it's going to be August tomorrow.
It's been feeling like August since April. Just saying.
It's been very nice this last few days, and so we're delighted to be back with you this morning. We have a wonderful guest, and we will introduce Elaine Oosthuysen. I'm practicing. And
have her say it. Come on. Now say your name beautifully. It's from South Africa. It's a great accent. Come on.
It's Elaine Oosthuysen.
Oosthuysen.
Isn't that pretty?
We've been learning South African linguistics today.
Yes, we have been sitting here talking about that. And we're going to interview Elaine in a few minutes. Elaine has some amazing art in Valorosa Designs and Gallery, and we'd love for people to come by and see her work because she does beautiful, beautiful work, and many of it is stylized horses, animals, and so
color.
Very colorful.
Like rainbow elephants.
Yes.
They're awesome, electric. Really was very inspired by your work.
Thank you.
And so we have some things to talk about this morning. We always do our community announcements. And this morning we want to talk about Tyler Museum of Art and the show that's going on there now with Mary McCleary, Mark Lewis, and Lance Lechner. And so, Cindy, talk about that because you have had a personal experience with Mary.
I just still say God moves in mysterious ways, and half of life is just showing up for the party. And at my birthday party in Galveston, I had the great good fortune of meeting Mary McCleary and seeing her art in person, which is collage work. Her work is being shown at the Tyler Museum of Art along with the two other collage artists, and I just love all the little parts and pieces.
Yes.
I'm putting all that together.
And that's what she does, parts and pieces, because she takes pieces of paper, even just paper, and rolls it and installs it into these mosaics and collages.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, and it's very interesting. Very interesting work.
Well, and she was named the Texas Artist of the Year in 2011 by the Art League of Houston. And she and I spoke yesterday, and she's agreed to come on the show.
She is.
We found Miss Mary, and we're so happy she's coming on in September, and the date is being determined.
That's right, based on her schedule.
Yeah, she's a busy lady.
Yes, absolutely. So please go by the Tyler Museum of Art and check out that. You can go in, and the number there is 903-595-1001. If you need information, it's on the TJC campus. So it's a beautiful location and very lovely, tucked back in some trees, and it's just a nice place to visit.
And you have to have the soup. That's what they're famous for.
That's right. Lunch during the day. The Tyler Civic Theater is putting on Little Mermaid, and Carol Lott, a friend of mine from the Tyler Executive Women's Network, put out an email, and she was talking about having taken her granddaughters and how excited she was about the play, and she just felt like she needed to get the word out there to many of us. And she said there were people ages 1 to 100 sitting, the children 1 to 100, enjoying it. And if you want to find out about dates and times to see The Little Mermaid at the Tyler Civic Theater, that number is 903-592-0561.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yes, it is. And my granddaughter has done this Tyler Civic Theater thing for about 4 years now. Every summer, they have a tremendous summer program for students, and that's what they do. Very much like the Tyler Museum of Art, they have student programs for the children, and all based on art. And then, of course, the Civic Theater is there doing productions, and there you go. Tell me what you know about that. Elaine just handed me a photo.
And Rachel, Rachel plays Little Mermaid. Yes. So
and who is Rachel?
Rachel, see here, that's my friend Jana, and she's the lead player. Yes.
Look how that.
She's Ariel.
She's gorgeous. Of course, Ariel would be and is. How fun
So
is
you
that?
know
The picture
all
was
about
right here.
that.
Yes.
I wish we were on air in a different way so you could see this wonderful photo with that red hair.
Bright and vibrant.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
So take advantage. I encourage you, grandparents and parents, take advantage of all these summer programs for your kids because they're going to be in school. I was talking to our son-in-law. We have all of our children here this weekend, except for Marv and Liz. They're in Dallas, but all of them are here and pallets everywhere, and they were talking about school starts in 2 weeks, so this is the last hurrah.
So you said you have 10 people in your home this weekend.
That's right.
So that's a lot of color palettes.
So we're going to have 22 for lunch today, so it's going to be a busy, busy day for me. I've already been up and putting on the beans and getting ready for it. Yeah, Bill cooks. So we always say thank you to our wonderful sponsors. Judy Kunzman, she is our lead in, and she is our major sponsor, the Keller Williams team, and we really appreciate them. And a shout out to my realtor, Christy Sampson. Love you, Christy. And Tracy Brevard and Debbie Shores at Gold Leaf Gallery.
Mm-hmm. And our dear famous Larry Lott at the Design Center downtown, the Arts and Culture District. We really encourage everyone to come downtown, see what's happening. It's just exciting, and it's blossoming.
And it's on Ferguson, East Ferguson.
512 East Ferguson, the Design Center.
And wonderful Brad Bergfield. He does Bergfield Insurance, and we encourage people to go by and let Brad give you quotes on your insurance because Brad is really, he's hands-on with his customers. He takes care of his customers.
Attention to detail, that's what matters in that arena for sure.
Absolutely. And so that's our announcements for today. And then we're going to jump right into our interview with Miss Elaine.
She brings an international flair to East Texas, and she has become the Tyler Rose. I was so inspired by her beautiful rose painting. I'm like, look, there she is.
Talk about that painting, because when she brought her art into the gallery to show me to talk about putting her art in the gallery, and she set this painting down, and it was just stunning, and it finally all came into focus as to what it was, and she said, this is what I think of. This is what I noticed about Tyler. And it's the roses, and it was Louis Vuittons.
Yes.
and so many people have laughed about that. And as I would go around the gallery telling people about the different artists and what they've painted, and I tell that story, and people love that. They just love it. And they'll shake their heads, yes, you're right.
So you get your inspiration everywhere.
Yes, I do. I did one beautiful rose painting that was inspired, and coming from South Africa, you always know about the yellow rose of Texas. So the one painting I did, added different color of roses, and on the canvas I made gold drops going down, and it's like if you can pay gold for every tear. You know, people cry for receiving roses on different occasions. Aww. And so inside the one rose, I painted a Texas lady. She had a hat on it, and then her hair's long going down. And that's basically all her tears on the canvas. So she was hidden inside of one of the roses. So I like doing a little secret.
Yes.
You know, to make
you're
the
right.
paintings more interesting.
Yes, it does. And you think of You hit on something that's very emotional. You think of roses when a child is born, and you think of they're in a presentation, and you take them a little bow of roses when they're the kindergarten and they're doing a play or something. You take them this little bow. In Texas, it's always roses, or the man brings home roses, and then for the wedding. Or
I'm going to
for
cry
the prom.
right now.
You know, and the
Is
the
it Valentine's Day?
The prom, and the mother's standing there, and my baby's going on this date to the prom, and she's growing up, and then there's flowers for the engagement, and flowers for the wedding, and flowers for the grandbaby, and then flowers for the funeral, and you go through all of these anniversaries, birthdays, and the roses, and the tears of joy, and the tears of sadness.
Did you know that the tears of joy and sadness have a different chemical pH composition?
Tell me about that.
Well, I don't know the intricate
that,
molecular detail of it, but I found that very interesting.
That makes sense. That
Random trivia.
Totally does. Well, because of chemicals. You know, our brains exude different chemicals based on our mood. Just so you think about that.
Yeah, food for thought.
That's interesting. You never know what you're going to learn on our show. Never know what you're going to learn. Elaine, your mom has been here for several years. You said she moved here in the 90s.
Yeah, she came over. She was an occupational therapist, and she worked all over America. And Texas is her favorite. So.
Of course.
So she settled in Tyler.
She's been everywhere, Alabama,
Tyler.
Missouri, and then South Carolina. And then her favorite patients was in Texas. She loved traveling and seeing all the clients and going from the different farms. And so she loved just being outdoors and doing her work.
We're going to talk a little more about your mom when we come back. We have to take a break. So we'll see you in a minute.
All over East Texas, all in one place on the FM dial. Set a new button for 97.5 FM, KTBB.
Are you looking for an excellent and professional real estate team? Judy Kunzman and her team of professionals at Keller Williams Realty are ready and excited to help you with your real estate needs. With Judy having 20 plus years of experience, she's definitely the person to have working for you. She brings her enthusiasm and professionalism required to get you to the closing table. And Judy will make buying or selling a home easier for you. Call the Judy Kunzman team today, 903-581-0111. They're selling real estate with a smile.
When your air conditioner dies, now that's an emergency. So what you need above all things is a professional, friendly, no-nonsense team of experts that will respect your budget and your urgency. That team is the original Evans Air Conditioning. A few months ago, we had them replace our old system with a high-efficiency Lennox unit. The savings on our electric bill have been dramatic. I'm talking 50%. The change at our home has been dramatic in both comfort and money. Now, you may not save 50%, but call the folks at the original Evans Air Conditioning and let them show what a new Lennox or Train system can do for you. Rick and Dixie Walker have built an outstanding reputation. Licensed, insured, and a staff of certified air conditioning and heating pros. I've known them for 10 years, and that means the original Evans Air Conditioning will be around to back up that warranty. Call 903-561-9410, 561-9410, or even easier, on the web at evansair.net. The original Evans Air Conditioning, license number A10599E.
Oh, that sound can be pretty annoying, but it gets your attention because it means someone like Remington Alarm Systems is watching your back. And when it comes to the safety of you and your family, there's nothing more important. Contact Remington Alarm Systems at remingtonalarm.com for their wide variety of services and nearly 2 decades of experience. There's no lengthy service contract, just peace of mind from a local company offering intrusion and fire alarm systems, UL Central Station monitoring, access control systems, GPS vehicle tracking, CCTV camera systems, and medical and panic alarms. No home phone? No problem. Remington Alarm monitors internet and cell phone networks. They can even service and upgrade your current system. Security and fire alarm systems for your home and business. Remington Alarm Systems on the web at remingtonalarm.com. Texas license number B08418.
Larry Lott Interiors is stocked, priced, and ready for a huge summer clearance event happening now. We've moved everything into our 15,000 square foot showroom warehouse, and we're celebrating with huge savings. Get 40 to 75% off nearly everything in the store. Beautiful furniture, accessories, and gift items, all marked at fantastic savings. Plus, for a limited time, all custom orders are 20% off. It's the summer clearance event going on now at Larry Lott Interiors, now in our new location.
Out of sight, out of mind is a bad idea when it comes to a septic system.
Out of sight, out of mind, that's the biggest mistake they make is they forget about it.
That's Joey Ridgel, owner of Joey Ridgel Septic Service.
A conventional septic system, it needs to be looked at every 2 years. It's worth the money spent to hedge against problems. You know, you can do that by calling us.
Joey Ridgel Septic Service is East Texas' largest and most experienced septic system company.
Once we look at it one time, we build a file on everybody so we have a history. You know, after we've taken care of it for a few years, we know because everybody uses their water different, and some people are going to use more water and some people are going to use less water. We're going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that there's no problems there.
For septic system installation, maintenance, and repairs, let Joey Ridgel Septic Service put your mind at ease. Joey Ridgel Septic Service, East Texas' #1 septic service company. Online at ridgleseptic.com. Joey Ridgel Septic Service.
Glenn Beck, weekdays at 8. Set a new button for 97.5 FM, KTBB.
Our connection of East Texas is back, Cindy.
Say it again.
Oosthuysen.
Oosthuysen. I've been practicing, but we've been practicing it wrong. Oosthuysen. So lovely and delightful, and you're just as colorful as your art. I told Elaine this morning, I had noticed in her picture she was wearing black and photographed these vibrant, colorful paintings. And I wear black a lot too, and people are always like, why do you always wear black? And I saw a quote that says, people who wear black have the most colorful lives, and Elaine has embodied that for sure.
Every time I go shopping, I have to make myself buy color because I always just gravitate to it. It's so easy.
It's just so classic, you know.
Well, it
wearing your
is,
black.
and there's just something. It's so safe. You can always be appropriate, and that's important.
But you know, in the world of art, those blacks can get green, black, blue, black, and variations of black.
They do.
So black is not necessarily black.
That's right. That is
Add
true.
color to it.
Right.
Elaine, let's talk about South Africa, and we want to get that done, and then we'll move into your art. But to give the audience an idea of what this transition has been like for your family. Your mom moved here in 1994, and you said that she moved from South Africa as a therapist, and then she moved to Alabama, and what a transition that was for her.
Yes.
And then she has moved to Tyler because she chose Tyler, and then you moved here.
Yes, I did. I came visit her back and forth, and eventually I decided, okay, you know, I'll make America my home, and I fell in love with the country. It's big and beautiful, and I feel safe here.
Oh, that's good. You talked about the ranches and the big farming that goes on in South Africa because we were asking you about where you came from and the languages. And they're large cities. Everything that we have here, they have there.
Yes, we do.
Huge farming. Talk about the farms and the ranches.
We have very beautiful, wide spread out farms, a lot of corn farming. There's a lot of mining, gold and diamond mines. And then we have our beautiful in Cape Town, it's all wine, the wine vineyards. So South African wine does really well. And then South Africa is just such a beautiful country where you have so many little countries in one, because you have where it's tropical on the one side, and then mountains and wine and ocean on the other, and then you get the beautiful game farms up north. So it's really an amazing country where you can see so much of all the different varieties in one. And then we are a beautiful rainbow nation where you have 9 official tribal languages, and then we have Afrikaans and English, and I speak Afrikaans. So that's where
and
the
Afrikaans
accent,
is a lot like English.
It's Dutch and German. And then we have a few English words. So we've borrowed, Afrikaans is the youngest language in the world. So we have borrowed a lot of, words from the different settlers that came from Portugal, Spain, the French, German. So we borrowed a lot of words from them, and that's how we created our beautiful language.
You were talking about your daughter, and speaking of languages, she was telling us at break about her little girl. And talk about that, because it was so funny about how as she learned to talk being in Texas.
Yes, Annabelle was 1 month old when we moved here, and she would roll those little words out, and then I could not understand what she was saying. She would say, brother, rolling in a girl.
Girl.
But I thought it was cute, too, your mama landing in Alabama.
Yes, my mom first time coming to Birmingham, Alabama. And so she had to quickly learn to speak slower and louder. And getting the accent, and so people could understand her, and she could understand her patients. That's all they have there.
Yes, so, she was an occupational therapist.
Yes,
is that what you're saying?
She's just retired now, about 2 years ago, and back home she's visiting my sister and brother. So we can't wait for Grandma to be back soon.
I know. You miss your Naomi.
Yes,
I just
miss my
adore her.
mom.
She came in and visited with you, and every time I see her, I just feel like I have a new friend. She just is a sweet, sweet lady.
She's very sweet.
Talk about the country for a moment, and if you compare the size of what we would think of as the geography, the landmass of South Africa, what is it compared to? Would it be compared to Texas? How many
little
Texas?
bigger.
It's bigger than Texas.
Yeah. Yes, I would say it's a little bigger than Texas.
Maybe with Oklahoma, Louisiana, New Mexico thrown in.
Yes, I would add that.
Like the original Texas.
Maybe, yeah, the original
Tejas.
Texas. But that's interesting because of the size of it, and the weather is very similar to Mexico. Is that true, or is it more tropical?
That's the thing, is where you get the different climates, on there, because we have the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean.
Yes.
So on the Indian Ocean side, it's the warmer tropical air. And then on the Atlantic from Cape Town, it's your colder weather. Like, I don't swim in Cape Town. The water is freezing.
Is that
It's like
right?
California, burr.
It's very cold. So I like the tropical side. So you
Sure.
have that. And I mean, we do get snow. And then inland in the Free State, that's really cold in the winter. And then you get up north where it's very hot. It's super hot. It's very dry heat, so you get a little humidity, at the tropical side, but mostly Johannesburg, I think, has the best weather from the whole country. It's
Kind of like our San Diego.
Yes, it's just not too cold in the winters. You get where you can wear your boots and your scarves and hats, but I mean, it's not freezing where it snows a lot. But in the summers, I love the afternoon thunderstorms, and you can, you can smell the dust when the rain hits the ground, the dirt smell. I love that. And then it actually cools down the earth, not here where it rains and you're even more muggier from the humidity.
Talk about the soil, because here in Texas you can drive 10 miles and you can see red dirt, the brown dirt, then you can see the black dirt. Is it similar to that there, or is it pretty much, what is the soil like?
Where I grew up, it was very flat. So it's quite something amazing that I've not come across here, and that's with all the farms that we had around, because it was mostly corn farm. You would get, I would say it's more your red
soil.
Red soil.
With iron ore in it.
And you would get this amazing dust storms. You can't even see the neighbor's house across the street that would come in, and then
red storms.
Red storms would come in, and it's just, for the next 2 weeks you'll be washing curtains and cleaning.
I bet.
Because it's just unbelievable.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Permeates everything.
You just have to get all the dogs, cats, everybody in the house when those big old storms came.
Sure.
Yeah.
We've all seen those walls out in West Texas, Lubbock, and those areas, the dust storms.
My friend in school, her dad was the land bank, and so he always said, he doesn't have to go visit the farmers. He was the farms would just come blowing past the bank.
We've always laughed and said that half of New Mexico ends up in Oklahoma. Oklahoma ends up in Arkansas. So, and when we come back, we're going to talk about your art. We're going to jump right in and talk about your art. The one thing that I do want you to talk about is, when we come back, is what was it like to find out that you were an artist, and at what time in your life did you know that you wanted to pursue art, and how has it fulfilled your life? So we are ready to take a break here, and you're going to get the news. And as soon as we come back, we're going to get back into Elaine's art.
Your only local news radio, 97.5 KTBB FM.
The FBI and CIA are both investigating the latest hacking incident involving Democratic National Committee computers, and Russia is the main focus. Senior intelligence officials telling ABC News the U.S. government elite hackers at the National Security Agency are likely targeting Russian government-linked hackers to see if they're responsible for the massive breach. On the campaign trail, Republican and Democratic candidates are stepping up their attacks. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton battling for votes in key states.
Trump is in Colorado, which is another battleground state, and he has been raising character and temperament questions of his own about Hillary Clinton. What we're seeing in this campaign is both campaigns not only attacking each other's characters, but also using mockery to try to bait each other and get under each other's skin. This is likely to be an uglier campaign than we've seen in recent memory.
ABC's David Wright reporting from the campaign trail. Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine continuing their bus tour through Pennsylvania and Ohio. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
You've waited months to bring it home? A beautiful painting that still takes your breath away, and you have just the right place in mind to hang it. All that's missing is a custom frame, that final detail that ties it all together. Trust your artwork to Gold Leaf Gallery. With an eye for detail and a heart for artists, Gold Leaf Gallery offers custom framing and personalized service. Gold Leaf Gallery in the French Quarter in Tyler. Framing by artists for artists. GoldLeafGallery.com.
As a family-owned business, the Bergfeld Insurance Agency values treasured heirlooms. The agency has been passed down through generations, so they understand the importance of insuring family history. Trust the Bergfeld Agency to insure your collectible art and precious jewels. Homeowner policies may not cover your collection, so call today for a free quote. They're an independent agency offering customized policies from multiple carriers for home, auto, RV, and business. BergfeldAgency.com.
Whether you're camping at Tyler State Park, getting your ride gassed up, or finding something sweet to eat, stop by State Park Exxon. State Park Exxon has all the fishing and camping supplies you need. Plus, they have 16 flavors of their homemade gelato Italian ice cream. And be sure to ask for State Park Exxon's world-famous fudge. State Park Exxon, it's an East Texas oasis on Highway 14 across from Tyler State Park.
Thanks for the memories.
At Schlitterbahn Water Park, the magic begins the moment we arrive.
Jump in, now we're living in the moment. Take a joyride on the water slide. How I wish this day would last forever. Hold on to every moment. We're going to Schlitterbahn. Hold on to every moment.
There are more ways to play and splash the day away together. Parking and tubes are free, and Schlitterbahn lets you bring a picnic. At the end of the day, we all have something special to hold on to.
Hold on to every moment, the hottest, coolest time. Hold on to every moment at Schlitterbahn.
Buy discounted tickets at Schlitterbahn.com.
Hi, John Bass from Major's Pharmacy. Woo, son, come see us at Major's Pharmacy, 'cause, brother, they got it all. When you don't feel well and need a prescription filled quickly, the chain pharmacies will make you wait. Major's Pharmacy won't. Bring your prescription to Major's Pharmacy, and in most cases, they'll fill it and have you on your way in 15 minutes or less. Major's Pharmacy accepts most major insurance plans. Major's Pharmacy, South Broadway at Shelley Drive, across from Wagner Cadillac, and online at majorspharmacy.com.
Search KTBB in the App Store. It's free for iPhone and Android, thanks to Tyler Ford.
We're back with Art Connection of East Texas, and I have my wonderful co-host here, Cindy, and we are here with Elaine, who is one of the artists in Valorosa Designs and Gallery. And please come by Valorosa and see Elaine's beautiful work and all the work that we have. We have New Mexico artists, and we have local artists, and we have some wonderful pieces. We have all of the glassware from James Hayes that looks like Chihuly. He is a Chihuly student. So we want you to come by and see us.
You always have beautiful pieces. It seems like the gallery is rotating, and new art coming in, and new artists coming in. And
almost every day I have a new artist that comes in, and they need a place to show their art. They want a place to show their art.
I've been sending
So it's
people
really-
to the Bergfeld
Yes, you
Center to
have.
see you.
Yes, you have. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's a
Thank
beautiful
you for
gallery.
any of it to come in and see us. All right, Elaine, we're going to jump right into you as an artist. You said to me, I am a Christian artist, and I would like for you, as a Christian myself, I would like for you to explain what that means to you, because you sat down with me one day and you showed me the book and you showed me several of your paintings, and all of a sudden it was an aha moment of not just looking at that art, but looking at how you have seen it, how you created it, and for the reason you created it.
Yes, with my work, I want to bring people closer to God. So I did this one landscape. A friend of mine, he took a picture of Botswana, and it was just a beautiful landscape. And I was just thinking on how can I, paint this? Because I'm not a landscape artist. I don't do really landscapes. And so I just thought, okay, I'm going to do my first landscape. And I love Van Gogh, his art, and so I used his brushstrokes in this. And more I started working it, and I feel God in this painting and what it was. The brushstrokes, as I did it, I realized that the dead grass is like the lost souls of the world. And so some of the grass I made going up, and then the trees at the horizon are all the living people for Christ. And so what I did is I did a little line, like a red line under all the trees that connect one another. And that's how Jesus washed us, with his blood. He died for us. And between the trees was a little gap, and I made a little, because from Botswana, if you look up on the continent, is where Jesus died. So from north of that, I did a little cross, and then there's the big dead tree in the back, and that's the devil. He's always there lurking around, over and around us. But then there's another big, beautiful tree, and that's God. Mm-hmm. So this whole painting I changed into, and I had it in a gallery, and when I told the story, it was sold in the next day. People just love to hear it. It's not just a landscaping, so it's so much more deep. So my art has a lot of emotion, sentimental. You when you buy a piece of art, you buy the artist's soul and love and passion that they put into their work. So
tears and frustration along the way too, right? But they're the tears of joy.
And I did another painting of horses. I had that at the Cafe Taza when it was still Cafe Taza, and the painting was actually upside down, and this lady has a ranch in Kilgore, and she came in and she's like, oh, I want that. I'm like, it's actually this way. And she said, well, I still want it, it's beautiful. And it's actually a painting of horses, and it was not really, you could see the one horse face and the other horse, so it was about 4 horses, and it's called Trinity, and you could see Jesus. It was the one horse that I made, and then the Holy Spirit.
They were all different colors.
Yeah, all different colors, and then God was you could only see half of him because we don't know what God looks like, but he's around us. And the Holy Spirit was just the shadow of the one horse, and then again in the back was the devil lurking. It was just the black shadow of the other horse, and she just loved it. Just if you tell a little story, and that's Trinity of.
And in the little book that you brought into the gallery, which we have there, those 2 paintings, even though they're sold, are in that book, and a person would be able to see what you're talking about.
Yes.
You said that you were educated in South Africa. Did you go to art school there?
I did art up until high school, and then I went to in Pretoria. We had a Baptist community where I did fine art. So I did fine art from them, and then after that I gave my own art classes. I have a group of ladies that was retired, and it was so much fun teaching them, and they just wanted to learn more art. So
I was curious too. Your grandmother, you had said, was also an amazing artist, and so you obviously received some inspiration, woodwork, leather, and copper. And
yes, she was. an amazing woman. She just loved gardening and cooking, and then her art was just incredible. So as a toddler, I actually grew up and always be around her while she was working. So that's my inspiration of having this wonderful woman that was this amazing artist.
Do you do any of the copper work or leather art?
No, I have not. I wish she was still alive. She could have taught me more of that. I would love to go back home and actually collect from the family my grandma's art, because I'm the only artist really in the family.
Aww.
My brother is very good in sculpting too, but he doesn't do it as
Well, that's always one of our questions. Is it in the family? It's that DNA connection, or where does it spring forth from? So
it was your grandmother. When you were a child, at what age did you realize that you had that ability and that you wanted to pursue art?
I think it was about in first grade. We had the circus came into town, and I will never forget that. So the teacher made us, okay, everybody's been draw me something that was from the circus. So I can remember the elephants standing on their little drums, and so I drew 2 elephants that were standing on the drums, exactly what an elephant looked like. And my teacher was so overwhelmed, she immediately took it to the principal and look at this child, how she can draw. And I think my sister still have this little book of my actual first drawing, and that's where it all started.
And then you began to pursue it very slowly and started taking lessons, and your mom realized that you had this ability.
Yes. She skates a little bit, but not really did that much. And she did, but tech work, she did some of that. But Grandma was more the big artist. That's all she did for a living.
But that's nice. Your mother gave you that inspiration to really inspire you and to...
Yes, she's still my inspiration today. She's on me all the time. When are you going to paint? When are you... are you in front of your easel? And
Someone needs to be pushing you, don't they?
Yes.
Well, there is that day job.
Yes, she's coming back, and she's visiting South Africa, so I need to get something on that easel.
So you're going to run home today and paint
before she comes.
Oh, that's
Otherwise,
cute.
I'll be in the dog box.
She'll say, "Now, Elaine, what have you been doing?
Yes.
You haven't been doing art." That's what I say to artists sometimes. I'll say, "You go home and paint. That's your job."
Yes, to be creative.
And the one thing I did notice in the book and in the art that you brought to the gallery, most of them are animals.
Yes.
And so I did see the roses. You've done beautiful roses, but like you said, I don't know that I remember a still life that you've actually shown.
Yeah, still lifes I've done a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
So I think I just love animals so much.
Yes, you just went that direction.
Just growing up in Africa with all our beautiful wildlife, just the capture of the eyes of an animal, it's just so beautiful just to get their emotions. So I'm going to do my next one of the painting is going to be a Black Panther. So I can't wait to start, and then just his face and the eyes.
I liked her salmon. I kind of wanted to phrase it like 2 heads are better than one, but the detailing on that, the shades of coloring.
Actually, what I did there is salmon, because it's actually a red snapper.
Oh, well, there you go. I don't know my fish very well, obviously. It was a salmon color.
I caught that myself in the Gulf.
You
so
did?
I did, yes. I love offshore fishing. And so what I did is, when we put these fish in the boat, it was just, they are so gorgeous. And I just had to take lots of pictures of them. And then I have to paint them.
They were so pretty.
So what I did is, before I actually started painting, I used my gesso and I built up the eye with the gesso and all the gills and things. And so
it gives it that three-dimensional feel.
So that it's not a very big, it's a 24 by 24 painting, but I did so much detail on that, and then I glazed it so it had that wet look. So the photo doesn't give you the quality of what the actual art really looks like.
Wow.
That was really fun, and I
Is
want to
that-
do some more of those. I really
Is that
love
piece
my red
sold?
snappers.
Is that piece
I
sold?
actually, our friends that has a home right in Port O'Connor, I gave it to
Yeah, well,
their
it sure is a
house.
pretty painting. When we come back, we're going to talk about The Guardian.
Okay.
And so we have a break.
Support the folks that support us. Search the advertiser directory at ktbb.com. ktbb.com. Hosted by Group M7.
Are you looking for an excellent and professional real estate team? Judy Kunzman and her team of professionals at Keller Williams Realty are ready and excited to help you with your real estate needs. With Judy having 20 plus years of experience, she's definitely the person to have working for you. She brings her enthusiasm and professionalism required to get you to the closing table. And Judy will make buying or selling a home easier for you. Call the Judy Kunzman team today, 903-581-0111. They're selling real estate with a smile.
When you think of Hibbs Hallmark and Company, chances are you think of commercial insurance coverage for businesses. Hi, this is Paul Gleiser. Well, fair enough. Hibbs Hallmark and Company does pride itself on arranging casualty and liability coverage for some of the most successful companies in Texas, large and small. But at Hibbs Hallmark and Company, commercial coverage is not where it ends. The professionals at Hibbs Hallmark arrange personal lines of coverage as well, from homeowners, auto and life for you and your family, to coverage for your classic car, your RV, your boat, your farm, ranch, second home, or vacation property. Hibbs Hallmark and Company has the expertise and the relationships within the industry to get you the coverage you need. With that coverage, you get the peace of mind that comes from knowing that your assets are protected from the things that sometimes happen in a tough old world. If any of your current coverage is up for renewal, a visit with Hibbs Hallmark and Company will be time well spent. Hibbs Hallmark and Company, you'll find them online at hibbshallmark.com. Hibbs Hallmark and Company.
It has been said that life insurance is not for the dead, but for the living. Herman Sons has helped create better lives for men, women, and children in Texas since 1861. Built on family values and friendship, Herman Sons serves Texans with a Texas-sized heart. Unlike other life insurance companies, when you're part of the Herman Sons family, you'll see exactly where your money is going, right into our own Texas communities. Become a member of the Herman Sons family today and enjoy what that unique membership means. Life insurance protection tailor-made for your family's needs, plus summer camps and dance classes for your children, community service opportunities for the entire family, and a home for your retirement years. Big family, big hearts. The right kind of life insurance for Texans. That's Herman Sons. Find out more at hermansons.org. That's HERMANN sons.org. Or call 800-234-4124. Herman Sons Life Insurance. For Texans, by Texans.
Larry Lott Interiors is stocked, priced, and ready for a huge summer clearance event happening now. We've moved everything into our 15,000 square foot showroom warehouse, and we're celebrating with huge savings. Get 40 to 75% off nearly everything in the store. Beautiful furniture, accessories, and gift items, all marked at fantastic savings. Plus, for a limited time, all custom orders are 20% off. It's the summer clearance event going on now at Larry Lott Interiors, now in our new location.
At Excel ER, now open in Longview and Tyler, we're redefining emergency care. We're everything you'd expect from a hospital ER and more.
But without the wait. Excel ER is ready 24/7 to treat your injury or accident, well, like it's an emergency.
That means you'll be seen by an expert physician within minutes of coming through our doors, not hours.
Providing personalized, compassionate care with integrity you can trust.
In a setting that looks and feels like a luxury hotel, making you feel comfortable and at ease.
With advanced technology, including digital imaging and our own on-site lab to get you in and out quickly.
Whatever your emergency, sports injuries, concussions, broken bones, chest or abdominal pain, you shouldn't have to wait.
Choose Excel ER. ER care redefined.
Now open in Longview on Loop 281 across from Longview High School and in Tyler on South Broadway across from Walmart. To learn more, visit excel24er.com.
Hey, Tyler, Longview, it's your friend Sean Hannity here. Join me weekday afternoons 2 to 5, right after Rush, on your only local news radio, 97.5 KTBB FM.
And we're back, East Texas. Good morning. I'm Cindy Trimble, your co-host, here with Nita Fran and our beautiful Elaine from South Africa. Here's our beautiful Tyler Rose that's joined us this morning. Art Connection of East Texas. And we've been having so much fun during commercial break, we keep forgetting to put our headphones on. So thank you for all the fun this bright and early morning on a Saturday.
You know how women are. We get to talking and the world goes by, so we don't even know what's going on. Elaine, I want to jump right in because the last time we only have a few minutes. I want you to talk about The Guardian, and it's this beautiful, very close-up painting of a lion and these stunning, brilliant blue eyes. And I did not know behind it, the story behind it. But I want you to talk about the story behind it, the inspiration you had from it. And then we're going to talk about your big event tomorrow.
Yes. The Guardian, I did another line before that, and then I started doing this one. And why everybody's always like, why is the eyes blue? You know, and it's the Guardian I see as Jesus. You know, he's always there. He's guarding us. And I believe that he must have the most beautiful bluest eyes, because blue is just the most prettiest color of all eyes. And that's why I'm painted, so you can really look through, you know, and just see. And it's a, you know, even a lion is such a strong masculine animal. You know, you see them as ferocious and they want to kill you, but I think they just soft and kind if you just looked into a lion's eyes. They're just the most beautiful creation, and they're the king of kings in the jungle. And so I just love lions. Are absolutely my favorite of animals to paint.
Well, and we actually have that painting posted on the Facebook page with a lot of your other artwork. So we encourage everyone to go to our Art Connection of East Texas and check that out, because it's just incredible.
And it's hanging right there, so you can even be outside the gallery and see it.
And whenever you always look, you know, the eyes looks at you. But
well, there was a lady in the gallery the other day, and she commented on it. We were looking at it, and she was moving around, and she said, those eyes, they keep following me.
He's going to pounce.
I said, well, let me tell you the story behind it, and you'll understand why those eyes keep following you. But the color that you chose for the eyes, but the entire thing, the way you did his face and his hair, it's almost like you could just reach out and this lion would move, and if you touched it, that's how realistic it is.
With the rainbow aura around the lion too, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, that one is King of Kings. That's the other line that I did before.
I love them so much. Also the blue eyes in there. So pretty. And your rainbow elephants, I'm still a big fan of.
And the rainbow horses. Remember that horses. But you talked a little bit about the inspiration was from the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe when you were looking at that painting to start it.
Yes. There's different, you know, feelings and emotions you have when you start a painting. And it's just bringing again my beliefs into my work, and how God has blessed me with all my talent, and I just want to show His love that I have for Him through my work.
It's beautiful.
You talked about your niece, who has just been diagnosed in the last few months with leukemia, and we need to keep her in our prayers. And you said she was just finishing her chemo?
Yes, it's a little emotional for her. You know, it's a little roller coaster. Today is the last day of chemo, and then she will have her bone marrow transplant on the 1st. Her sister is the perfect match, so little Risa they will go into surgery on the 1st.
So be saying prayers for both of them.
Yes.
And the family. That's hard on everyone taking care of the little ones.
Especially my sister, you know, she's a strong woman, and, you know, she's just an amazing mom. And what happened is how they were discovered, a pastor from Australia called them, a friend of theirs, and said, your faith's going to be tested. And we didn't even know. And then in April, she was diagnosed, and then the pastor called again and said, this is it.
Yeah.
And so
he just had this vision.
He just had this vision. I mean, my sister lived all over the world, in Iran and Iran, and, you know, everywhere she's always trying to bring people closer to God. And just with her faith, she just knows. And we believe and know that Anka's going to be healed, and she's going to. Wonderful thing is that her doctor is also a Christian, and he said with the new life and the new bone marrow, she's going to get her second new life.
Oh, that's wonderful.
When she gets the transplant. So
where is this going to take place?
It's in South Africa, in Victoria. Yes, where she's in hospital, in quarantine now for 21 days. She's in her room just by herself, and then the family and the nurses. So it's
tough.
It is. It's strong, but it's the last journey now, and then into a recovery.
Well, we have about 40 seconds. Let's talk about what you've got going on tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow's my very big, exciting day. I'm going to get baptized, and so in Lake Tyler at the marina. So everybody's welcome to come and join us.
Congratulations. Happy birthday.
You said that as a child you were baptized, but you wanted to do this again as an adult woman.
Yes, blessings to you and your family. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you, Elaine, for being here.
Well,
and I
thank you for
really
having
encourage
me.
people to come by Valarosa and see your beautiful art and visit with you, too. One of these days we'll have you come in.
And thank you all for joining us on the Art Connection of East Texas.